Anakin,
Yes, Master.
rise. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This is, in my opinion, the best Star Wars movie. Prequel. So, what do I think about this movie? Basically, in this film, we have Anakin Skywalker turning into Darth Vader. Finally, this is the movie we've all been waiting for. And, you know, when this movie originally came out, I still love the prequels. Despite what a lot of people think about them, they're not as great as the originals. I think Revenge of the Sith is right up there with some of the originals. Is it better than Empire Strikes Back? That's questionable. But I'd say it's just as good as Return of the Jedi and A New Hope. So let's get into this. Let me tell you why I think this is a good movie. I'll also tell you why I think there's some negative parts to it. Basically, I really enjoy seeing the transformation of Anakin Skywalker finally becoming Darth Vader. The relationship between him and Obi-Wan. The relationship between him and the rest of the Jedis. I'm not going to lie, there are a lot of weak parts, like Mace Windu's death. I mean, I don't know what Samuel Jackson was doing, but that death scene of his did not look good. He looked like he was really forcing it. Anakin, Hayden Christensen himself, who I'll admit, I think he does a little bit of a better job in this film. That's really not saying much, though. He's still the weakest link in this entire franchise. Well, okay, not the weakest link. I think he does a better job than he did in Attack of the Clones. That is not to say that there are a couple of cringeworthy moments, specifically at the end, which is one of the most important parts. But Ewan McGregor once again shines the most. I think Obi-Wan Kenobi is badass in this film, and every scene that Ewan is in, he definitely gravitates. I really love the Emperor in this movie too. Emperor Palpatine, who's kind of been like the Phantom Menace, you know, the guy behind the curtains, finally takes full force in this film, and he really shows what he has. Like, we actually get to see the Emperor fight this time, and I'll admit, even though when Ian McDiarmid, the actor who plays Emperor Palpatine, is in those fight scenes, sometimes you can tell it was a stunt double in those scenes. And when they kind of do the Count Dooku thing with, like, how with Christopher Lee in Attack of the Clones, they go close up to him, and then he's making these like little goofy faces as he's fighting, and you're like wondering, what the heck is he doing? Is he like fighting? Is he playing? Or is he constipated? I have no idea. But when they do have the Emperor like acting and talking with other characters, he definitely shows this very sinister side, which is a lot of fun to watch. One of my favorite moments in the film is when Anakin and Palpatine are talking, where Palpatine's at this like space opera type of thing, and he's telling Anakin about his master, Darth Plagueis. And I thought it was a really creepy scene. There's this really creepy score that John Williams does. And John Williams, you know, the man is great at all these scores, but this score was different. It was very quiet and very creepy at the same time. And it's like, that's an amazing score. Like, that definitely helps set the mood for that scene. And the rest of the movie, too. I mean, Battle of the Heroes, I believe the score's name was called, at the final battle. It's definitely a great score to listen to. John Williams definitely brings his A game in every Star Wars movie, and this, to me, is one of the best. I really like seeing how the Jedi finally come to their end. This is the episode, or the movie, where we see the Jedi finally getting extinct, getting wiped out because of Order 66. Like, what is that? And we see the clone troopers starting to turn on the Jedi just because the Emperor says, execute Order 66. And it's like, whoa. And then we see them like killing a couple of Jedis here and there. I wish we could have seen more of the Jedis that got wiped out, but like, because you want to see who survived and who didn't. Maybe that's a good thing, because obviously, as we know, with Star Wars Rebels and some other extended universe scenes, or movies and books and whatever, we know that there are a couple of Jedis that live. So maybe it's good that we didn't see a lot of Jedi killed during that battle, right? So a lot of Jedi can still return in the future if they ever need to. Another great thing about this movie is no Jar Jar. If you were never a fan of Jar Jar Binks, I have great news for you. Jar Jar does not... Well, he shows up at the funeral scene during a specific character's death, and that's about it. He doesn't speak, nothing at all. It's more like a glorified cameo. And so yeah, no complaints there. The special effects are amazing. I mean, you can't go wrong with special effects in a Star Wars film. That's definitely George Lucas's speciality when it comes to these films. He definitely enjoys special effects over acting. Of course, that's not to say that there are no bad things about this film. Like I said, Hayden Christensen, his acting isn't perfect, and that goes for a couple of other actors, like Natalie Portman. You know, Natalie Portman, great actress, but there are some scenes, specifically towards the end, where it really feels very cringeworthy. I mean, sometimes the actors do bring it, but then there are scenes where you can tell it's like really hard to listen to. And sometimes it's because of the dialogue as well. Sometimes the dialogue can be a little, clunky here and there. I think out of all the prequel films, this is the best one. And with the least amount of bad dialogue and bad acting. I think George Lucas definitely wanted to really bring up his A game in this one. I think he really wanted to show people, look, I can still make a good Star Wars movie. And I think this one he actually did the best that he could. And I think he did it. I think he really definitely pulled it out. So I'm going to give this Star Wars film, Revenge of the Sith, an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was the best of all the prequels. This definitely is one that's worth watching. Even if you have to skip Phantom Menace and Attack the Clones, which I would say start with Attack of the Clones, maybe watch Clone Wars. I'll be doing my review on that soon. And then watch Revenge of the Sith. Because Revenge of the Sith is really the one that's the most important. It's the one that shows how Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader. I would say watch the originals first, because I think the shocking revelation, especially if you're still a Star Wars virgin, the revelation of Darth Vader being Luke Skywalker is more surprising when you watch the originals first. But if you're watching this review without watching any of them, I've already spoiled that part to you. and obviously this movie wouldn't be a surprise if you start with 1, 2, and 3. But I would say start with 4, 5, and 6. Before I go on and on, it's definitely a movie worth checking out. So go and check it out. Revenge of the Sith. It's a cool movie. If you've seen it already, tell me what you thought of it. Did you think it was shit like the rest of the prequels? Or did you like it like I did? Like, do you think the prequels are a little bit underrated and that fans are just a little bit too hard on them, especially Revenge of the Sith? And I guess that's all for today, guys. And until next time, I hope you liked this review. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, press the like button anyways. And subscribe to my channel, because I will be doing a lot more reviews and other videos that I might want to do that are not review related. But they'll always be movie related. So until next time, take care.